welcome to YK Computer. My name is Yogiraj and in this video tutorial, I will teach you how to upgrade your Kali Linux distribution using an updated ISO image in offline mode and resolve the GNOME terminal not starting error. Before we start, I would like to suggest you please watch this video from start to end without skipping any part, as we are going to resolve each and every error which will be encountered during this process. So let's get started. Our first step is to obtain the latest version of Kali Linux. You can get your ISO image from any friend or download it from kali.org. To download the ISO image, open your favorite web browser and head to kali.org website. On the official home page, you need to click the download link button. The Kali Linux download page hosts different ISO images for 64-bit and ARM based architecture. Before downloading the ISO image, let me show you which version of the operating system we are using. To check the operating system version and architecture information, open the terminal window and run command uname space -a. Here you can see that I am using Kali Linux with kernel version 5.2.9, which was released on 22nd of August 2019, and this is a 64-bit based machine. Okay, now as you know which version of Kali Linux I am running, and same information you can check on the Kali Linux release page. Let me zoom the web page and adjust the terminal so you can see both terminal output and the release history on kali.org website side by side. As you can see, the kernel version of my Kali is 5.2.9 with release number 2019.3. Okay, we need to get the latest release of Kali, which is 2021.1, to upgrade our old 2019.3 release. Let's move back to the download page and download the ISO image. Here I am downloading Kali Linux 64-bit installer version. You may have different architecture, so choose one of the ISO based on your machine architecture. You can direct download the image or use the torrent client to download the same. Click on the name of image file to download it. Its size is at about 4 GB. My internet speed is not so good, so I will cancel this as I already got my image from neighbor's Wi-Fi. Okay, let's close everything and check our ISO which I placed in the downloads directory. Now we have the ISO. Then let's start by firing the terminal. Here you need to mount the image. Type the command mount space -t for the target, which is ISO 9660. Then the location of our image as for this tutorial, which is in downloads, and the directory name Kali Linux 2021 1 AMD 64 ISO, in which image with the same name. After this, proceed with the space and write the name of location where you want to mount it. For this, I am using mnt directory located at the root partition. You may use different directory as per your choice and hit enter. Don't worry, if it shows any warning like device is write protected, it won't affect anything. Here, this warning means that we cannot write any data back to this ISO image, but we can read from it. With this, we have done half of our work. Next, we have to add this mounted disk as the source to get updates from it. For this, we have to modify the sources.list file. Okay, I am using VI text editor to modify the sources.list file. You may use any other editor based on your choice. Write vi space /etc/apt/sources.list. Here you can see two repo entries are already available. Your sources.list file may have different repo entries than this. We need to disable these to add our offline source. To disable these, you can comment the repo by adding hash symbol in front of them. Press I for insert mode and comment them out. Add a new line and type deb file ://mnt. Now next to mnt, add kali-rolling space main space non-free space contrib. Okay, now press escape to exit the insert mode and press W for write and Q for quit to save and exit the sources.list file. Let's check for updates from our repo. Type the command apt-get update and hit enter. Here you may encounter an error that the repository file /mnt Kali rolling release is not signed. No need to worry about that. Let's fix this with a simple edit in sources.list file. Once again, open the sources.list file and add trusted equal to yes in square bracket between deb and file and save the file. Now again run apt-get update. This time it will be executed without any error. Now we are all set. We will upgrade our machine in two steps. In first step, we upgrade all the packages, and in second step, we upgrade the distribution along with kernel and other core components. Now moving forward with step 1, we will upgrade all the packages before distribution upgrade. Run apt-get space upgrade to check and initiate the upgrade. Here you can see that 763 packages are not upgraded and it will require 0 out of 1249 megabyte of archives. As we are upgrading it offline, so this is 0. Otherwise we have to download these 1249 megabyte of archives from the internet, which will cost a significant amount of time, and if you have slow internet as mine, it may take ages to get completed. Now to continue your upgrade process, press Y. This can take some time depending on your disk drive speed. If you see any messages like this, press page down to get end of the information page and then press Q to quit this message. You may encounter package configuration prompt of SSLH. We will discuss these things in the other videos. Press OK to pass it on, then select standalone and press enter. In the upgrade process, you can see similar messages. Press tab to switch to OK and press enter, and you can choose no for no changes in existing configuration file. Next, you may provide the permission to automatically restart the services in upgrade by choosing yes. Further proceed with OK. Let's fast forward this process till we encounter any other prompt or the messages. Okay, here is another one. PostgreSQL-common. Choose OK to pass it. Okay, then all the packages are upgraded. Now we are required to reboot the system. Please note that we only upgraded the packages, not the whole distribution. Here we completed the first phase of our journey. Let's start phase 2. After booting up the system, once again we need to mount the image same as old. Use the command mount-t ISO 9660, then path of the ISO, and following that /mnt. After successful mounting, now it's time for the distribution upgrade. Use command apt-get dist-upgrade and hit enter. Now this time you can see list of packages which are not yet upgraded, and it will require 1639 megabyte of archives, and this will also use 1416 MB of extra disk space. With the 1.6 GB of this and 1.2 GB of previous, a total of 2.8 GB worth of packages are used in this total upgradation. Now proceed with Y to continue. This will take some time. Same as previous, if you encounter any news page, scroll all the way to end with page down and press Q. Now for the Wireshark info prompt, pass it with OK and choose yes to allow the standard user to capture packets or no to deny it. I'll go with yes. Let's fast forward this process till we get any other prompt. Here is another one, Kingfisher. Leave it default by pressing N. Okay, we have successfully completed the phase 2. Now we need to reboot our machine to finalize this upgrade. After a successful reboot, you can see the updated icons, wallpapers and all the other stuff. Now we have only one problem left. After all the update, upgrade and reboots, that is the Genome Terminal program is not starting. This is a common problem. No need to worry about that. Let's face it and resolve in simple steps. First thing you need to do is press Alt and F2 key to launch the command window. This is same as the run box of Windows. Type xterm xterm and hit enter. Xterm is another terminal emulator already present in Kali. Let me zoom it up so you can see it clearly. Now start by typing the command genome-terminal. You can see the error locale not supported by C library and using the fallback clocale. Press Ctrl and C to exit this error. Now we need to enable our locale from the locale configuration file. Here with the help of vi, we will enable our locale. Use command vi space /etc/locale.gen. Now scroll this list of locales and find your locale to enable it. As I am using English United States, so I will enable en_us.utf-8 space utf-8 and uncomment it from the list and leave all the others as it is. Save and exit this file. Now use command locale-gen to generate newly added locales. After successful generation, it will show the message generation successful. Now we can use genome-terminal command to launch the terminal window without any error, or you can launch it from the menu. Now let's check our Kali update status using the command uname space -a. As you can see that our kernel version is now 5.10.13 and the build date is 8th of Feb 2021. Okay, one more thing, don't forget to enable the internet repo and disable our offline repo in the sources.list file. That's it guys. Now you are on your own to explore the latest update. I hope you successfully upgraded your distribution. If this tutorial really helped you, please like it, share it to your friends, comment your valuable feedback, and more videos like this subscribe to YK Computer.